Future Funk 2 by JonathanGD. The Insane Demon sequel to one of the most popular levels in Geometry Dash, Future Funk. This is a level that had always interested me. I remember enjoying the original Future Funk when I beat it in early 2022, and I have a soft spot for JonathanGD's levels despite some troubled history. I have to say, going into Future Funk 2, I was feeling pretty confident overall. I had just beaten my first Extreme Demon, Crowd Control, a few months earlier, and I had made sure to pre-practice the level more than I did with previous JonathanGD levels that I had played, mostly to avoid repeating the 2-year journey like what happened with Dark Travel. And that pre-practice showed on the first day of streaming when I somehow got to 41%. Wow! 41%! Wow! Wow! This was kind of surprising because you have to go through a lot of different parts to get here, which feels more demanding since the level itself is almost 4 minutes long. The craziest part of this is, I fluked some pretty hard parts. After dying to this brief mini-wave part at 26%, I fluked the following spider part, the UFO spam parts, and the teleporting ship madness, and died right at the beginning of the mini-wave duel part, which, to be fair, was a part I hadn't fully mastered yet at the time. Still though, I was pretty happy with that progress considering the parts I had to go through, plus the fact that I was going for the first coin as well, which, if you want to get it, requires you to spam as the mini UFO after hitting this lever, then hit this button as the mini-robot and jump on these invisible platforms to get into the ball portal, then finally jump in between these spikes to get the coin, and use the green orb to get back onto the main path. It's a really easy coin that I encourage anyone to get if you play this level. As for the other 2 coins, I gotta be honest, I couldn't be bothered to learn them. If they're easy, it's my loss, but I'm happy with getting 1 coin at least, especially considering the fact that I somehow got 41% on my first day. However, don't go thinking this level is easy. The beginning of the level is actually not that hard for the most part. Okay, there is the spider part, but I'll get onto that later. Comparatively speaking, the ending of the level is much harder than the rest. And as it turns out, this is where the true test would come. Before I even began streaming the level, I had managed to get a run of 89 to 100%. Completing this level requires you to do some pretty tight parts right at the ending, such as this UFO part where you have to hit some stupid buttons for the path to open up, and this awkward spider part right afterwards. However, I found the ship part at 96% to be really awkward, mostly thanks to these green orbs. You have to spam click 3 times and then control yourself as the ship right after, which can be pretty hard to do under pressure. And if that wasn't bad enough, there's this wave part which shouldn't technically be that bad, but it did sometimes feel like there was some input lag on some of my clicks. It's the weirdest thing ever. And if that wasn't bad enough, at 99%, there are 2 more jumps you have to do as an invisible robot. As you can expect, this is really scary to do. Just the fact that this is invisible and you have to hit one of 4 orbs right at the end of the level is just terrifying. And if you die here, well, this happens. And then we get this ending. Bruh. As you can see, the last 10% of the level has some really challenging moments. However, even before you get there, there is an asymmetrical duel starting at 82%. JonathanGD loves his asymmetrical duels, so it is expected there will be at least one, but the fact that he put it right before what I consider the hardest part of the level just adds to the difficulty. At least that's what I thought at first. Most of this duel actually isn't that bad once you learn it, which I was relieved about. But there is one exception. This ball part at 86%. Just from looking at it, it may not seem that bad, but the timing is the difficult bit. If you click too slow, the balls get separated and you die. If you click too fast, the balls get separated and you die. It was so inconsistent for the longest time, and I have to be honest, it was annoying me. This dual ball is so funny. I don't like. Great. I tried going for 82 to 100 from stream 2 onwards, but just couldn't do it because of this ball part. Normally, the best thing to do when you can't do a run like this is to try something else. So I went back to playing from zero. And on stream 3, having now mastered the dual wave starting at 41%, I was ready to make some big progress. What? Great, I literally celebrated too early there. Like, look at where I died. Oh my word, great. I thought I hit the cube portal. Oh, great, 46%. Well, that was an embarrassing death. And then after this point, I began stagnating for a bit. I was dying over and over to a few choke points like the 26% mini wave and the 31% spider part, and I still couldn't get 82 to 100 because of this stupid ball part. I was getting so annoyed with the stagnation that I decided to just do 86 to 100 instead, just to figure out how to do this ball part consistently, which eventually did happen. Okay, right, 86 to 100, okay. I think it was a good idea to practice from this ball part because I became mostly consistent with the ball, having learned to click not too fast but also not too slow. It's a weird click pattern, but I found it to be the most consistent way to control your balls. I guess the best way of putting it is find a click pattern that works for you. Anyway, now that I had 86 to 100, I finally got 82 to 100 the next stream. Oh, I got the run! Let's go! It felt good to finally get this run, having basically done the entire ending. Now I just needed to get there from zero. And soon enough, I got a new best, but not one I was particularly happy with. Oh, great, I forgot which gravity I was going to be. Oh my word, right, 48%, that's a new best, I'm ending stream. I'm happy with that. Well, you can't win them all. This was now the second time I got a new best by dying to an embarrassing spot. But, oh well, I was hoping that I could make some more progress after that. But then I stagnated again. A few streams went by and I just couldn't get any closer to connecting the runs that I had just built up. I was pretty annoyed with this stagnation, so on the 11th stream, wanting some progress, I decided to go for a simple run of 79 to 100. It literally just adds this robot part before the transition into the duel. Looking at it, it's clearly not much, but at least I got the run. I got the run! Because of my performance in the previous few streams, I wasn't expecting much to happen today. But then, out of nowhere, I got another new best and finally made it past 50%, where the level gets much easier for a bit, so big progress was incoming. Are you serious? I died there. Oh my word, wow. Well, I'm officially 3 for 3 in terms of embarrassing new bests, and I think this one might be the worst of the bunch. It felt good to get more than halfway through, but dying at an easy part was annoying. Thankfully though, later in the stream, I made it back here somehow, and finally got the big progress I've been waiting for. I made it past the upside down mini cube, which is a nice nod to a pass in the first Future Punk, the robot part, which is my favourite part of the level visually, and the rotating wave part. I was now at 70%, which is where the level starts to kick up the difficulty a bit again. As soon as I made it past those stupid buttons at 71%, I felt pretty confident I could make it to the duel. And then I died to the UFO spam. What? What was that? What was that? I was 1% away from getting the level down to 2 connecting runs, and I died here. To be fair, this UFO spam can be a bit hard to control, especially when you have to do singular jumps, which can feel a bit awkward at times. Good progress though. I would have been happy ending the stream with 78%, but surprisingly, I got another good attempt far into the level. This time, I finally connected the 2 runs and somehow breezed the duel, including the ball, which I didn't expect. There was now a chance that I could fluke this level. Unfortunately though, it seems a certain cursed number from my crowd control grind wasn't going to leave me. Oh my word! Not 92, are you joking? No. Not 92, are you joking? Are you joking? This attempt kinda came out of nowhere. I didn't really expect to get to the ending of the stream, considering how much I had stagnated, but I somehow got multiple attempts past 50%. The consistency was pretty good. However, after stream 11 where I'd made some amazing progress, guess what happened next? Yep, I stagnated again. And I have no idea why. It was a kind of annoying trend that was happening, where I would make some good progress in one session and then wouldn't for many more. I was at least making it past 50% a lot, but I was dying to a whole bunch of other places in the level. The stagnation lasted for about 5 sessions, when I finally made it to the ending again. Oh no! So, a big complaint I've heard about this level is that the spider parts are kind of RNG based. However, despite dying here, I actually found them to be really consistent, and I think the trick was to use the same technique I used at the dual bull. Finding a click pattern that wasn't too fast or too slow. That strategy seems to work for the most part in all 3 major spider parts in this level. I still died sometimes, but I think it helps make them more consistent. Too bad it didn't work that time though. A few streams later, I decided to get 66 to 100% because I was struggling with the 67% wave part for some reason. Not sure what was happening there, but I was happy with the new best run to 100. I got the run, let's go! Oh, finally! I felt comfortable with the wave part as well, so back from 0 I went. Little did I know what was in store for me today. I made it to the second half of the level and passed the duel again. I had to log in here and it was working, since I got past 93% and was guaranteed a new best. I was so nervous though. Up to this point, I'd been playing the level on and off for about 2 months, and the pressure to do well here was intense. And then a certain choke point got me. Oh, of course I died here. Look at it. Oh, my word. Well, I did tell you those green orbs were awkward. At least I got a new best, but that was just the start. A few minutes later, I passed 96%, and I knew that this was my chance. Oh, my 197? Well, it's a few clicks closer. Then I got the Vortrox curse again. I got 92 again. Oh my word. Then I got 91% because one of those stupid buttons didn't activate. No! Oh, come on. And to top this all off, I got 97% one more time. 97 again! Oh my 197 again. At this point, I was getting tired and I knew it was time to end stream. This had been one of my best performances on the level though, but also one of my unluckiest. Considering how many times I made it to the ending, I was really happy with my consistency though. However, the best part about this was the stream when I finally broke the trend that had been around since the beginning of the grind. Instead of my progress stagnating again, I remained pretty much consistent for the rest of the grind, which showed on the next stream when I accidentally got 24 to 96% in practice. 25 to 96! Wow, are you joking? After getting a run that good, I knew I had to do lots of practice at this ship part considering how much trouble it was giving me, which unfortunately didn't pay off when I made it back there from 0 in the next session. While it did suck that I died here again, the fact that I was getting to the ending this consistently filled me with confidence, and that confidence would prove itself a few minutes later, because this happened. Oh, sorry, my bad. Are you starting to see why I refer to these buttons as stupid now? Message to all creators. Don't include these stupid buttons in ship parts, please. I was literally clicking as fast as possible, so they should have registered. But enough rambling. Finally, after dying to the stupid button some more, this happened. I mean, I only really rage when, like, I know a death, like, isn't my fault, you know? Like, when a death is my fault, sure, you know, that's on me. When it's on the game is, like, where I get frustrated. Or, well, I guess you could save a level, whatever, but, yeah. Alright, come on. Come on! Okay. Let's go! Oh my word, finally! 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 Oh my word! Oh my word, finally. I did die to 99% as well. This is the first JonathanGD like demon where I haven't died at the last jump. Oh my word, yes! Oh, great. Wow. This level was way more difficult than I thought it was going to be. This was way much more of a struggle than I thought it was going to be. I had really bad luck on this level. I'm gonna say this now. I know based on some of my reactions that it may have sounded like that I just don't like this level at all. I do think this is a good level. I'm gonna say this now. I'm giving it a thumbs up. It is a good level. Definitely an insane demon. It's my third hardest, I think. There's just some weird parts in this which made me struggle. Like the last 80% sorry, the last 20% of a level from like 80, once that asymmetrical duel begins, like the level just kicks itself up in difficulty a lot compared to the rest of the level. Like, most of this level is not that bad if I have to be honest. Oh, 30%, oh my word. The spider part at 30% is a big choke point though. But like the weird thing was like I was actually consistent at it for the longest time. And then like in the last few streams I started struggling with it. That was weird. Like there's some weird parts of this level. That's Future Funk 2 at least. I've finally done it. Oh my word, wow. Yeah, let's go count up attempts now. So 9,751. Plus I've actually got a copy, so I need to open up my calculator. Hold on. How many attempts here? 1,085. Wow. 10,330. Sorry, 836 attempts. Wow! That was harder than I expected. Well, with Future Funk 2 done, does mean very soon I'm going to be starting my next Extreme Demon. So look forward to that, guys. I'm probably going to struggle with it just as, like, way more than I did Future Funk 2, and potentially more than Crowd Control. I don't know. It's not a new hardest at all, but it'll be my second Extreme ever. So, yeah, right. Thanks for watching, guys. Extreme Demon very soon now. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.